Hey guys, just wanted to give you an early access reveal of one of this month's two vines. So I'm basically just about done with this one, and we will be looking all the way here. So this is what I brought in, and before I brought it in, I knew. I brought it into my Procreate. For anyone who's new to this, I work on these separate from the main piece that I'm continuously working on as well, and then I take the each piece off and I work on it separately. So each of the vines are separate, and I work on them during that month, two of them, and it reveals what it is. So we're still through this crypto winter right here. This is one that I will be working on. This will be finished next month. This one right here. So it is coming up around to this one right here. And I knew there was blocks in here and this door, which through the moon door, which if you look exactly under it, when I called the crypto winter coming, there's a exact same door there. So it's going up through this, through all this chaos. So it looks like it could be a good sign. So let me get right into the finished piece, well, the almost finished piece. I got a few hours on it. I got to keep chipping away. But this is where it started, and this is what came of it through the month. In fact, the birds that are flying in this, pretty much is the stuff in the white area, except for the floating blocks. I just put in today, so just refining it as we go. But I'm going to go through this really quick before I bring it down, so I have to reduce it to put it back on the wall, and then I'll show you what it's saying on the entirety of the wall. But for the piece itself, I believe I've got the name of it too. It's I think I'm going to call it 2.0. And I wasn't sure about this crypto thaw, or a waterfall, or just a complete disaster of the cryptocurrency, crypto industry. If it was Ethereum, I thought this was going to be more about the merge because of Ethereum, but it's really, the merge is part of it, but it's not what it's talking about in particular, not at all actually. So what it's doing, as I see, is there is either whether this is a thaw or just a tidal wave, a crushing tidal wave of the industry. What you see here are the birds and the avatars working together to bring the blockchain. So it's not just about crypto; it's the blockchain itself. Is mostly what this is about. Cryptocurrency is the way. The blockchain is ran right now, but is going to be a big part of the economy of blockchain. So you got the currency, cryptocurrency on the blockchain in Web3 and all that kind of stuff. So that's the 2.0 analogy right here. This face is looking back at this. So whether it's while the industry, and this is what 2.0 is talking about, is while like Wall Street and everything is crashing, we're in the crypto winter and the crumbling of the stock market. If you notice, this is what it's saying. If you notice in the background, if you're in the industry, you know what's happening. In the background, we're still building it. And I say we because I'm building a badass build-to-earn NFT blockchain puzzle game that works. It's never been done. I'm so thrilled about it, and I understand the economics of it and the social value of it as well. So we, the industry, whether it's me or not, we continue to build in the background, and this is that going to a 2.0. So it's, you can call it NFT 2.0, blockchain 2.0, Web3 2.0, whatever you want to call it. It's that building in the background and changing right here in this chasm right here. So definitely that is what it's talking about. Now, the scary part is, as we're building, and the new ideas, which is like the clouds always represent the spreading of the idea. Not always a good idea, but this is one of the idea of crypto still around. And while the blocks are still coming up here, I'm hoping these aren't turning into tombstones. I've been avoiding it, but I don't think it is. I think it's more building, showing that it's getting more into mainstream, because what's happening here is, I don't know if it's surrounding this political figure, but this motherfucker ain't happy, and he's pointing blame. So probably far right people, I'm sure that's what they do for actually that's all they do. They can't even set any proposals of what they're going to change. They're just busy scapegoating and yelling at the left, that they call it. So us people in the middle are just I don't know, lethargic. We got to get off our asses and do something about this. But maybe that's what's happening here. We're starting to be like, wait, we're calling bullshit on this constant scapegoating and blaming everybody, instead of saying, you know what, why don't we start fixing it? So this is running up to the midterm elections. I assume that's what this, if you see right here, we've got a time, what do you call this? Sands, time glass? Time glass, I think it's called. But the sand in it is coming through and breaking out. So basically saying we're running out of time and we got to figure this shit out. So that is this one. This one is all about this crypto winter, blockchain, stock market crash, and the background of the blockchain still being worked on while all this is happening. And the stock market basically kind of not, right? They're losing their value, but they're just, there's nothing they can do. They can't run business better. They can't, try to tokenize what they do. They're based on the bet that in the future they're going to be more valuable. So when all this is happening, their valuation is crashing, especially the tech companies. But so we'll see how this works. It's still a good positive sign for crypto and the blockchain, and we still got this door. It's come back up, but it's not open, or maybe that's open and it's coming out, which are the birds, the freedom birds. That's kind of cool, actually. Maybe that is what's happening. Maybe that door needs to be shown open. I don't know. We'll know by the end of the week, because I have to finish this before the 30th. That's what each one of these are, what's happening in that month. And I'll obviously be revealing the second one that I'm working on after this. But right now, I could show you. No, I'll keep it secret. So right now what I got to do is reduce this way down to size. And then I'm going to put it where it was. So where I took it in to Procreate at the beginning of the month. So there. And then it just snaps into place. So if you see, let me turn it on and off for you. That's how it started, and then that's how it finished. So just I thought I was seeing a snake head in here, kind of coming whipping back around, but what it's really turned into is this face looking at this side of 2.0, this crashing wave of all this new technology, not just technology, but the dealing with the outcomes of how we're working with technology, which is the whole thing. You got your AI overcoming with this tidal wave, but even up here, I just got through this morning too. It looks like it's almost blowing up, or like a water balloon. We've got the balloons up here for the inflation, when I called inflation coming, and with these little twisty balloons, and this might be the big balloon bursting of this water, which is that new tidal wave of technology. If you look at chapters 1 and 2, so this is chapters 3 and 4. If you look at 1 and 2, you'll see this color, kind of this grayish blue. That's that first tidal wave, and then the other one is the red tidal wave, which is coming back from your right hand side right here. That's coming from chapter 1 because they all connect. So it's coming back into our story. So that's a scary scenario because chapter 4 is this square right here. Let me get rid of you. Chapter 4 is just this the right hand square, and it's got that skull in it, but it also has climate change on the right, and then we have a lot of purple happening right here, and this is going up. Now remember, going up is the top of the cube, and going down is the bottom of the cube. And if we see this tidal wave of red overtaking this tidal wave of blue, which is the technology, it's swirling in the middle here, and it's coming from the top. So I'm looking at this, even the skull itself, being a good thing, because you have to die before you can be reborn. Metaphorically, I think that's what this is saying, because we have to change our ways. So it's this struggle that we're having. But if you see the purple, so far we got a lot of purple up there. So that's like purple's enlightenment. That is the grape of the Grapevine Wall. It's the the grape we seek. So that is where that's the good sign, even though the skull is scary as hell. And then we've got the egg yolk right here, which if you look back at, I should have opened chapter 1 and 2, huh? Because if you look back at chapter 1 and 2, can I get to it? I can get to it. Let's do, we'll do the full one. So I can't get into much detail, because it's so small. Otherwise, I can show you the grid. Maybe I'll do the grid too. Here's one with the grid. It shows every one of them. Actually, I can do this for you. Let's take that down. Oh, it didn't like that. Oh, you know why? Because these are 8-bit, because they're so big. So let's just look at this. All right, so if you see, this is chapter 1 and 2. And what we're on right now, oh, I can throw that one away. I won't throw it away. All right, chapter 1 and 2, right here, and then here's your chapter 3 and 4. So if you see, the right-hand side comes from the left-hand side of this. So that red. So you got the red, which was the revelation, and then going into the blue, this light grayish blue, which is that first line of technology, that first wave of technology, that then went into the this massive broken egg, where all hell broke loose. We had the pandemic. We kind of focused everything on dealing with the pandemic that was in this area, and then where you see we are now, this is chapter 3 and 4, because it's got the whole thing. So it's going into where we are right now, which is this new blue wave, this new technology wave, Web 3, blockchain, AI, which is the pink, who's taking over our thoughts, emotions, and everything else. You should definitely check out all the meanings behind all these. And then we've got this the crypto winter that's happening right here, and the Ukraine war, all affecting everything. So if you see that these egg yolks are not busted, let me get to the big version. And this one's actually growing, not only growing something out of it, but growing a new color. I've only added, I think, 4 new colors since I've started this in 2013, and on purpose. So each new chapter, I want to kind of add 1 or 2, but more of hues. So it's all I got like 3 blues and 4 blues. Depends if you call the gray blue. 2 purples, things like that. So anyway. That's good news right here. A lot of stuff happening. When you see the broken yolk, that broken egg's good, because every idea needs to start with a few broken eggs, but we don't want the yolk to break. So when the yolk starts oozing and breaking, it starts just causing havoc like it did right at the pandemic. So this right here is the scariest part. And it is at the bottom, but it is in here. So this is our other option of where we go. Instead of enlightenment is the fall of everything, the fall of the potential of what blockchain could have done for us, the environmental costs. Look at this, it's just taken over. So we don't want to go in that direction. We want to go up, up, up in this direction. So this is what it's telling us. And this one right here, I'll just let you know, this is the other one from this month. And I'm kind of figuring out what it's saying, because this is where this broken egg is starting here as well. So it's these areas. Like this area is probably the most positive area we're ever going to be in over the next 4 years. So I'm wondering what is going on there, what we discover, something great. But remember, we also are going through some serious shit here. So that includes this one right here. This was this month's. And the good thing is, look at that, it kept the door exactly where it should have been. What's this? Oh. So while nothing was there, that door stayed. So it's in an important place. So yeah, it might be opened. And that's what's setting these birds free. Dang! That's a good find. So let's see. We've got the yolks coming down. They're pretty much just kind of dissipating. But yeah, they're coming over here. So I'll watch carefully what's happening out of this, because we're literally, this one's by itself. The one I'm working on, the second one of the month. So it's whatever this red thing is. Red's usually a bad sign. So I don't know if we're creating these new ideas in a bad way. This dude looks like it's kind of brain dead, right? So it's like these brain dead ideas that are being passed on us. In fact, I wanted to this is what I wanted to change when I was looking at it. So I'll just go ahead and change that to a yellow, because it's totally telling me it's yellow. I mean, come on. There's no way that is not another egg. Another yolk at least, and it's not broken. So that's kind of what I do. So I'm like, okay, finish that, and then I can bring this into, this will be part of the one whenever I do it next, because it's right, if you see it, it's right there. So it's out of what I'm working on. Here's where we are in the real world, in real time, as we go. So the pieces that I work on are happening right now, and then the dark area is what I just come in here in Photoshop and kind of feel the flow of what's happening and read it. So it's not only a documentary. It's also like a crystal ball that I'm looking into the future and seeing, wow, these are the scenarios that could happen. So I'm drawing out the possible scenarios of a future, while creating the single pieces during the specific month as the real time situation that we find ourselves in. So it's documenting it, and it's also hopefully accurately telling the future. I've called a few important things, quite a few, that help me in investments too. So I do share on here as much as I can for everyone. I have a lot of my friends say, "Why didn't you tell me?" Well, I tell them, I did tell you. I tell you on these videos, but if you don't listen to my videos, then I can't help you out, right? So I do this to help. I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of add things in there as I go. But yeah, I'm trying to do this to help. So for all my friends and everyone who's asked me that, yeah, I'm telling you right here. Come on, please follow. In fact, that's what I need to keep me going. Because I tell you, this is a lot of work, everybody. Don't get me wrong, I love it. And I will finish it. So, yeah, speaking of finish, for anyone who doesn't know, this is now a Guinness World Record contender. I will, when this is done, it will be over 2,000 more square feet larger than the largest single drawing by an artist. So I'm excited about that big time. And my main goal right now with the physical space is actually finding a place that wants to show these and put the new one up every month, or two new ones up every month. And that's kind of the draw. You can come on in, and I can have a special connection with everyone who contributes, right? I mean, that's the big thing. So that's why I'm working on the blockchain game as well, because two things, right? For one, I want everyone to play together and grow together. That's the whole premise of the card game, which I have the card game physical. You can actually buy it right now, but I'll soon be saying, do not buy it. Do not buy my card game. And why do I say that? I say that because, as you know, most of you know, I started this. It wasn't a specific environmental project. I literally started on the plane going to become a climate reality leader over 9 years ago. So it really started for me it was this revelation of what's happening. But it seemed like the world was, you had COP21 and the biggest climate march ever, which I actually went to and brought this project. And Al Gore is a co-creator of it now. So I was in. And over the years, it's like no one cares. No one's doing anything about it. I mean, it's the same. It was almost. It's just weird. Sad, and now it's even worse. So unfortunately, everyone else is starting to feel the same. It's like, why we even do this? And it is tough because now we're at the point of we can't do anything about it as much as we have to figure out how to accurately and fairly deal with it. So it's kind of a very sad point. So anyway, through these years, that was the revelation. Oops, that was all the way here. And then with this technology, I really got into technology. The technology to me was like, wow, we can actually invent our way out of it, and all this looking into the future, and just really hopeful stuff, and not focusing on the climate. And that's what was happening in this rush. And then all of a sudden, this yoke of everything that was been being worked on just cracked and started just flowing over all the ideas and what we were working on, and got all this that was overcome in from the pandemic. And then this is going to look really ugly. Oh, actually, I can get over here now. So this is right in the outskirts of chapter 3, and you see this is the raid on the Capitol, January 6th, and all this anger and just shit that was going on, and people wanting to get away. And it turned from the cool psychedelics that was back in chapter 2 right here, like all the mind lifting, this new age idea got clobbered on, and then it turned into escapism. So there's no more. This is called solace in Wonderland. The wonder was gone but the escapism is still there, and that's where we go into the new blue area right here, which this piece just got finished. This one I'm finishing this month, and this right here, this was that final welcome into this new AI-driven metaverse, where they're getting squeezed out right here, and in this piece is this new little sperm things that are that we're changing into as we combine into artificial intelligence and this new the new Web3 blockchain, this light blue, beautiful blue technology wave that is trying to help us. That just like blockchain, it's trying to do its thing, like what it's supposed to do. So the crypto winter that's fueling everything, it is coming up here. It's tapering off, I see. And then these new ideas that are getting sucked in during all this political turmoil. So it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on, and it's only going to get crazier. I mean, look at this shit. Looks like blockchain is going to be. It's going to have a great run, and then it's either going to go back behind the scenes, like you see here, inside the blue, like we've been doing. We've been building behind the scenes while all this crazy shit's been going on. And then we have this guy on the outside. He's actually, this I see almost being his shadow. So this could be good or bad. This could mean this is false. It's not really happening and nothing's working behind the scenes, which I can't see because I know where crypto is going. And I've seen the light. And when you see it, you can't sleep. So right here is just weird territory, because remember, this is where the possible outcome of this new broken yoke that's starting to break even on top of it, it crushes blockchain. I mean, look at it. It's getting crushed down there. Now there are some more blocks up here that are going into the enlightenment part. So that's what I like to see. And there's blocks actually that make up his teeth, which are interesting. I assume that this is going to be, I can't assume, but that would be great if these are blocks and buildings, because that would mean it's incorporating into what we are already used to, which the buildings represents, our way of, our industry, our old way of living and our new way, but it represents our impact, who we, what our civilization. So if we can incorporate the blocks with the buildings, that means harmonious, synergistic workings together. So hopefully, hopefully that's why. But a great positive area right up here, and then basically everything else just a big old dump. So we got to keep aiming for this possible area right here. That's all I can say, is everything else is looking scary. But all right, I'll leave you with that. I hope this gave some